What's up, everybody? Welcome to this brand new episode number 5 of Mile High Hotspur. My name is Leo Coys. I'm joined by Parker. Together, we're Mile High Hotspur. How you guys doing?
Hey man, doing good. Glad to be back. Happy to be here.
Yeah, right on, bro. How's your week going? Everything good? Everything going smooth with you?
Yeah, just had a busy week, man. But yeah, I'm glad to be able to sit down and do a podcast with you. So it's good to take a break from work for a little bit. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Well, today's episode should be featuring our friends from overseas, part of THFC, Tottenham Till I Die. We'll be bringing them on
Mhm.
hopefully here in a little bit. Um, yeah, so just getting into it, bro. Getting into the chat right away. I wanted to bring up something that caught my attention the other day. Um, and it's kind of funny if you. It's called Eric's Sin. It's a play on Ericsson.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
That is right. So I just wanted to bring some stuff up, dude, and to show you how I guess the article came out from ESPN, and they were talking to Christian Eriksen, and he was talking about how he could have joined Manchester United 3 times while he was on our squad.
Well,
So, what do you think of that, bro?
I mean, honestly, if he had a chance to join Manchester United and he didn't, that's good. I mean, that shows his loyalty to us. I feel like a little bit. So, um, maybe I don't know what he's trying to do. Maybe he's just trying to get in with the fans over there in Manchester, get on their good side. I'm not sure, but this is the first time I'm hearing about this. So, um,
Yeah. Well,
I
I'm
mean, if
just
you
gonna go
want
ahead
to
and
join
read a
them,
little bit of what it said.
yeah.
It says, Christian Eriksen says his move to Manchester United has been years in the making after revealing he almost joined the club on 3 separate occasions while he was at Tottenham Hotspur. Wow. Um, it then just goes on to talk about how he says, I've spoken to every manager who's been here at Manchester United to see what the situation was.
Hmm.
But I was at Spurs at the time, and I really couldn't see myself playing in another English team at the time. Remember,
Yeah.
he came out and said how he wasn't trying to play at no English team. And
Yeah.
he goes on to further say, I went abroad and went to Inter. He also, I mean, he was very open about it. He said the books, it's been on the books. Well, not on the books, but it's been spoken about for me. It wasn't the right timing. It wasn't there, and I was at a place at Spurs for a long time, and I wanted to try something abroad, and I went to Inter and ended up having a lovely time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just goes on to talk about how he came back from from Inter to Brentford and played, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, look at there's Ericsson right there in
I mean,
a Manchester United jersey, bro. How does that make you feel?
it's hard to look at, but I don't know. He's such a good player. I mean, he deserves to play on like some of the best teams. So it doesn't. I'm not surprised that Manchester United have been trying to get him for years. Um, and he was kept in the dark. I don't think a lot of people knew that, but yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Manchester United have the money, and I think he's one of the best players in the world. So I'm just glad he stayed with us as long as he did.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's there now, so it is what it is, and I would have loved to see him on our team still for another year, maybe even. Um, but
yeah.
it is
Big
what it
up
is.
Bobby
So,
K. Big up Bobby
what's up,
K.
Bobby?
Um, Bobby, thumbs up, thumbs down, bro. How do you hear my microphone today? I know yesterday I was having a little bit of hard times with it, so just either give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We're fairly new at this, at least I am. I'm trying to get a hang of it. So, any advice, any criticism is definitely constructively accepted, and so just let me know. He gave us the thumbs up.
Yeah, it sounds good to me at least. So from what
Good,
I'm hearing,
good,
so
good.
yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
good, man.
Man, well, makes me feel better about that,
Yeah.
Again, like we mentioned earlier, THFC Till I Die will be on. Um, so
That's
yeah,
right.
we can't wait
Yep.
to have him on. Also, too, without spoiler alert, we might have an announcement come the end of the show. That's still yet to be determined. Well, it's determined, but it's still yet to see how it is we're gonna go um, about doing it.
Yeah.
Sounds great today, mate. Looks solid. Looking good, boys. Yo, big up to Bobby, bro. I just love how he's such a good supporter of like everybody, bro. Everybody's
Yeah.
channel. Like he's always on there. So
Yeah,
big
he's
up
a
to
good
you,
guy. I
Bobby
really
K.
like
We
Bobby.
appreciate you. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. New light. No, I'm using the same. It's just daytime. Usually we're streaming a little bit later, so I mean, yeah, but yeah, big up to
So,
you.
Leo, can I just go right into it? How are we 2 days away from the season and we only have gotten one center back? That's just
Well, well,
insane to me.
well, Parker. That's good that you asked that, bro. It's good that you bring that up because well, first of all, hold on. I had it still before we move on. What is your favorite Ericsson memory, bro?
Ooh, favorite Ericsson memory. The first thing that comes to mind are like his free kicks. He
Yeah.
made so many for us. Man, that's a good one. Man. Yeah, I mean, just any of his free kicks were just so good to me. I mean, like he just curls them right in there. I love that goal against Chelsea. That was one of my favorite goals. That wasn't a free kick, but it was on open play. But I just love when we score against this Chelsea. So um,
Yeah.
that
I
was a
have to
great goal.
say I have to say my favorite memories with Ericsson would have to be his two free kicks against Swansea in the same game. When I think we ended up winning 2-1, and it was because of the two free kicks. Yeah, I mean, we sure could use those free kicks now. We sure could use a set piece specialist now. But I mean,
Yeah, we still don't
things
have
happen
that
for a
like
reason.
inventive maestro, and we'll get into that later. But um,
Yeah.
we need it, but not as much
Um.
as a center back. But yeah,
So we were before we move on to the center backs, we are actually heavily linked with. Let me just bring it up here. We are actually heavily linked with this new guy here, Destiny
Destiny.
Udogi. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he's like the guy that's going to make the impact this year. I'm looking
Yeah.
for something
That's a
this
little.
year. I want results right away. So does Conte. So like, yeah, I'm interested in getting him, but it's like, is that the guy that's going to
Well,
impact our season?
what do you feel about this guy and then with the purchase and the option to loan back to,
Yeah.
for example, would you be okay with the purchase and
Yeah.
possible loan back to the Nacy?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I'm not upset about it at all. Like I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, he has a lot of potential, I've heard. It's just right now I'm not really looking towards the future at this point. Right now I just want to figure out what we're doing this year. I want to get another center back across the line that's going to come on and just make a difference, like almost like a new captain of the squad, like someone that can take authority of the squad and keep people accountable and just like will make players better. I don't think that this
Yeah.
guy is going to be able to do that.
Well, he's definitely something for the future. I know
Yeah,
yesterday in the stream with Jacob over there from United Spurs of America on the pop up, we talked um, about Udogi, and I had mentioned that I think this is intent to show Conte we're investing in him. It's intent to show Conte that the future is going to be built around a system which he likes to play and players that fit his system.
okay,
Uh, Examples being this Udogi and Spence on the right side, both young, coming up, very very touted, highly touted players. Um,
sure.
One on the left, one on the right. I mean, we know Conte is known for playing the wingback system,
Mhm.
and those are basically two of his most important players. Not the most important, but definitely two of the most important players that he would like to have. So
Positions,
the
yeah,
fact
for
that
sure.
yeah, so the fact that they're making some noise and they're making an effort at least to please him in that sense, if you will. If you, I mean, he could play left midfield as it shows right here. His main position is a left back, but he could play a left midfield, which means he's versatile, and that means he could play the left wing back role.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, so your thoughts, man? I mean, so you would be okay with the
Yeah.
purchase and a possible loan back, or I mean,
Yeah, of
what
course.
are
I
your
mean,
thoughts on
why
a
not?
potential signing?
Yeah, I mean, they know what they're talking about. Paratici knows, the good players out there. He knows what players are up and coming, and he sounds like one of those players. So yeah, I'm totally up for it, totally down for it. I just think we should focus more on this season and trying to, get another center back across the line. So, I mean, we'll talk about that when THFC Till I Die get on here. I think they'll be in here in like 15 or so, but it's just
whenever they come on, we're ready.
crazy why we're not really. I mean, the season's starting and gosh, I'm gonna go on a rant later, but I'm not gonna go yet.
It is definitely something to worry about. We are 2 days away from the we're 2 days away from the season opening. I mean, are you buzzed or are you buzzed?
I'm excited. I just have that pit in the bottom of my stomach, like we just haven't done enough yet. Like it's still not enough. And being a Spurs supporter for 10 years now, I'm just know that we could win 5-0 at Everton and then go ahead and lose the next week, lose 2-1 at Turf Moor. So it's just being a Spurs fan, you never know.
We could go to the champions and beat them. We could go to the champions and beat them, and then end up going to Burnley, Turf Moor,
and that's why we need a new captain. If you ask me, I think we need a center back captain, somebody that's on the pitch. And I know obviously Lloris is on the pitch, but he's not moving around with the players as much. I want a center back, someone that's there on the pitch, moving around, can tell players what to do, center them, can position them better. We need somebody like that. I love Lloris.
Just for argument's sake, I'm gonna play devil's advocate with you.
Okay.
Right. You say that we need a leader, in the back three, preferably in the center. I can say this arguably. Eric Dyer is a good leader for that back three. I'm not saying he's a player, a good enough player. I'm not saying he's the best player we could have at that position.
Yeah.
But as in leader wise, I think he does command that back line the way you want a captain to come in and do it. I really believe that Dyer has his ducks in a row before he goes out there with these guys. I really believe Dyer can tell Ben Davies, hey, Ben Davies,
I agree.
Go up, come back. He's got the pull to say the same thing to Romero. It's just the player aspect, the physicality, the just the mentality is there, but the physicality is not there. The performance wise is not there, in my opinion. But that's what I'm saying. Like just to contrast your statement about needing a leader. I agree. Having a captain at your goal, I'm not saying this is what you were saying, but having a goalkeeper as your captain, it's acceptable.
He's far away from everybody. I mean,
but he's far away. Yes. I think it's the same thing as having like a striker too. A striker to be your captain is that's a good shout. Either captain being a goalie or being a striker, but you need somebody in the heart of that defense or in the heart of that midfield that can yell to everybody.
Yeah.
Unless of course Lloris gets his message across to Harry Kane or to Sonny, because we know he obviously doesn't get his message across to Sonny until they're in the locker room and he's telling them to make the fucking run back.
Yeah, we've seen that before. Yeah. Like Lloris can do it. I want a player that's yelling at our players. Like I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo just yell at his defense, like, what are you doing, blah blah blah. He doesn't even play defense and he's telling them they don't even know how to play. Like that stuff, they demand perfection. Like we want somebody like that. And obviously our defense is what we need to improve. I mean, we don't need another striker. Like we've won the Golden Boot so many times already. It's like we just need that defense, solid defense, and I just want Levy to put the money on the table and stop being a greedy bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you and I both.
I mean, how much money did he make from South Korea and Sonny? Oh my God,
Well, I mean, and
ridiculous.
that's not it. I mean, I'm
No,
wanting
not
to
at all.
see,
It's just a part of it.
all the money that we have coming in from I guess these football games that are going to be coming up. Um,
Lady Gaga
Lady
was there
Gaga,
last night. Exactly.
yeah. So there's money in the bank.
Not including, I
Whether
think
or
they
not,
get like Sky Sports or another channel or something gives them like 100 mil every single club gets like a decent amount of money every year to spend. So, and not to mention player sales and you know
yeah,
ticket sales and all that stuff. Like, just come on,
yeah,
we can do it. We're a financial juggernaut, like I said last night. Like, just put 80 million down, 90 million on a center back like Vardiol.
yeah,
Obviously, we couldn't
bro.
do it with.
Speaking of last night, how how did you like it, bro? Your first time, getting out there, a little bit more exposure, being on a
Yeah,
different pod.
yeah. No, it's definitely a blast
What'd you
to be
think of the
on there.
panel?
Yeah, I love being out there and just talking about Spurs. So it's always a blast. But yeah, that was my first time over there on United Spurs of America. I don't think I met Mike. I think he was gone by the time that
Yeah,
I hopped on. I saw him on there for a little bit, but I didn't meet Mike. Met Jacob and Bobby, and I have met on a previous podcast, but Bobby was there.
yeah,
Always a good time. So yeah, it's fun. We should do that too sometime, a pop up or Instagram live or stuff like that.
yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of getting to know somebody, I think we have somebody in the back there. You ready to go, my man? All
Who's
right.
back there?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we bring to you Mr. Dermot.
Nice.
How are we this evening, fellas?
Hey,
What's up, my
Apologies
man?
for
How you
being late.
doing?
Not too
Ah,
bad.
bro, you're okay.
I
Hey.
don't know where my co-host is. She's supposed to be on with me.
Hey, that's okay. It's good to
Yeah.
see you, Berman. How you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. How are you two lads? Looking forward to the new season?
Oh yeah, new beginning is what the
Yeah,
show is
for
called.
sure, new
Ready
beginning.
for a new beginning.
Yeah, it is a new beginning. It's a new era of Tottenham Hotspur,
Yeah.
and
That's true. Yeah.
I think we're going to do very well this season. I think the double is on. I think
Nice.
2 cups, easy. I think the FA, the one I want us to win most is the FA Cup. That's the one that means more to me
Yeah.
than the League Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The last
Big
time
up.
we won the
Nice.
FA Cup, we were the most. We were the record holders of that competition. We won it the most times, so
Yeah.
we've
we have
let
8.
it slip a few years.
Do you think we have a title bid to win the Premier League this year?
If I'm being deluded, I would say yeah, no problem. If I'm being sensible, I think top 3. I think top 3. We need to improve from last season. Conte said that in his press conference today. We have to improve. We have to build on last season, and I think they've done that with the players they've brought in. I think also I don't think we're finished yet in the transfer market. I think we're going after a centre back as well. I think apparently tonight, Skinnier and Merovec. I think we're both. I
Yeah.
think in talks with. I think I read somewhere.
Hmm.
If we can get 1 or 2 of them in, geez, I mean we'll have
Oh,
the strongest
yeah.
defense in the league.
Yeah, we'd win the
Yeah.
title. It's
Yeah.
silly that we could just put 80 million down on a really good center back,
Mm.
and we could win the title. That we already have an amazing offense. We just need that final puzzle piece of that strong just defense. And just we could win. We could win so many trophies. I just think Levy is just holding out.
Hey, yo, I just
Big up
wanna
Bobby
say,
Kane, big up Bob Spy.
yeah, Bobby K again. He says big up to Dermot. Dermot's quite the everybody seems to love Dermot. Good lad, Dermot. Thank you for coming on. Big up to you, beautifully average looking people. Hope the channel grows. Yeah, Bob Spur. I mean, you made it here, so we're growing, man. We're doing something, Big up to Bob Spur TV. Hey Dermot, before you were on, we went over some of the comments that Christian Eriksen had made about his potential move 3 times to Manchester United before he actually moved there. Just real quick, uh, what's your favorite Christian Eriksen memory?
Um, I just think I think my favorite Christian Eriksen I think was him. I don't really have a favorite moment. I just enjoyed him as a player. I just loved him at
No.
Spurs
It's
when he
fair.
was in fl- full flight and he was
He had a
knocking
good
them in.
attitude, didn't he? He
Mm.
always had a good attitude, and he was a team
I,
player.
he was until he wanted to leave, and I think then he did drop tools a little bit. I wouldn't say that he dropped them completely, but if you watch the documentary, he makes it very clear he doesn't want to be there.
Mhm.
Um, I'm glad he didn't come back to us. I don't think. I mean, he's a great midfielder. Yeah, we need one desperately. I think personally he should have showed Brentford a bit more loyalty. I think just jumping ship to Man United, I don't think that's very fair on Brentford because they're the ones that brought him back into the Premier League. So I think he owed them another season at least. Um,
Yeah,
and
they're still in the
give
Premier
back to
League.
them what they give him.
No, I agree, Dermot. I agree. He should have he should have just stayed at Brentford. Why'd you have
Mm.
to go to Man U?
Yeah,
I mean, Man United seems to be the retirement home of old players at the moment. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo up there. I don't think Man United will do anything this season. I think they'll be fifth or
yeah.
sixth this
I
year.
don't either. I agree. Yeah.
I think the only reason they will do something, whatever it is they do, is because of a player like Christian Eriksen, honestly.
Um, I don't think
If it
so.
is they do something, you know?
Yeah, I don't think they'll challenge for the league. I think they're going to be in
No.
a whole little trouble with Ten Hag as well.
Yeah.
Plays are going to go against
Yeah,
him.
they're miles away from
Yeah,
being a title contender.
yeah.
Yeah.
They,
So,
they are.
and we're pretty far too. Actually, at this point, we just like I said, we still need that last sign or at least a couple more
Mm,
signings. So last year, I think last summer we spent 40 million
mm.
euros, and this year we've spent 57. So it's like nothing that much more. You know, like why can't we spend more money?
I, I, you see, last season, to be fair, I was one of the people on my channel when it was a different name, shouting about Levy, ranting about him, get out of my club. I have sort of taken the attitude during the summer was right. I'm going to step back, see what he does. He has back Conte, he has back Paratici, and I've sort of had this I've sort of taken the attitude of right. I'm going to sit on the fence now this season, see how the season goes. Um, if you look back, I said it earlier in my stream when we had Sean on. We've come through a pandemic, which, if you look at clubs like Everton, Burnley, Derby, all Derby close going to the wall. Everton are in a financial mess completely.
Mm-hmm.
Burnley will be soon. We, we seem to be financially better off the field. I think off the field, I think we're the best we've ever been. We're sustainable. Now, yes, they have put money into the transfer market for the money to spend. Yes, the net spend, I think what you said was 50 something million. But look at the players that we got. We've got Perisic, we've got Basuma, who I think is a great buy. Richarlison is a great backup for Kane, and he's Premier League proven. Plays two or three of the players we've got are Premier League proven. We've got a great backup in Fraser Foster for Hugo. So I think they've bought sensibly. Do we think we need another centre back? Yeah, we do need another centre back. I don't trust Sanchez one iota. And do we need a creative midfielder? I'd rather go for a centre back than a cam at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine Sanchez being our backup because, like,
No.
I mean, Sanchez isn't as good as Dyer, and we need to replace Dyer. So it's like, why would we even have Sanchez as a backup? We need to get rid of both. But what do you think, Leo?
Well, yeah, that goes right into our next little point here that I put down. Milan Skriniar. Does he come straight into our starting 11? And would signing him automatically shore up that leaky defense?
Yes,
Mm.
I think
I,
so.
yeah, I agree. I agree with Parker. He will do completely.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Romero, who was like a man possessed against Roma. I mean, he was something
Yeah.
else. He was brilliant. Dyer, look, Dyer for me, he makes his mistakes, but he's upgradable. Um, Sanchez is the one for me that I worry about.
Yeah.
He Sanchez is too late, too leaky. And I think if you're going to do, you'll probably see against Southampton on Saturday, Romero, Longley or Dyer in the centre, or Davis or Longley on the left side of the defence. I mean, that will be a back three. You put Skriniar in there, then you've got Romero, Skriniar, and Longley as your back three.
Well, I mean, and Skriniar, apart from being such a big specimen, a big person, uh, he's 27 years old. He's getting up there in age. He's not old. Let's not. I mean, I'm not trying to say he's
Yeah.
old, but he's not. He's also not a youngster.
No,
Definitely a player that could come
Perfect.
in. Definitely.
Perfect.
Oh, what the- oh, 1 second, guys.
I mean, even for the price, 65 million, 70 million.
Pay
But
it.
are Inter going to let him go though? I
Yeah.
mean,
How close are we from getting him? I mean, like,
Well, the thing if I'm not wrong, Inter need to sell somebody, and we knew that coming into this window, which is why we probably all thought Bastoni was a good shout. Out of the players that could be sold from Inter, this Milan Skriniar is by far, I think, the one that they're most likely to be okay with splitting ways with.
yeah.
It
I
says
don't.
here 65 million euros, so
Yeah.
that's I mean that's a nice that's Christian Romero money there, like we like to say.
Yeah, I honestly want two center backs. Like, bring in two, have Dyer as a backup. Like,
I don't look. I'm not Dyer's biggest fan, but there's times Dyer did do well for us last season.
it's fine. He can be a backup. Get two center backs. Get two new center backs. Dyer he's a good player, but we do need backup. We need depth in center backs. So.
Yeah. Where would you two, right, with the remaining in the transfer window, where would you two want to buy? I mean, I know, Parker, you're saying two centre backs. Leo, where would you want to, where should we go in the rest of this transfer? There's 27 days left, 26 days left. Where should we go in the rest of this transfer window?
I think it's glaringly obvious that we need to address that back line. We are not able to keep a clean sheet for to save our lives. If we were to bring in a Milan Skriniar, a Nikola Milenkovic, both of them, that would definitely send a statement to everybody. That would let people know that, we're here to play. You guys are not going to be scoring goals on us. Parker alludes to this all the time. We have attacking players. We have people to put the ball in the back of the sack. It's just we have not enough players, quality players, to keep the ball from going in the back of our sack. We need to address that center back position. We were just talking about how we don't feel Dyer may or may not be the best option there. Parker's of the notions that we need a center back, a big center back, a commanding center back that is gonna take control of the back line. And also too, I mentioned I kind of played devil's advocate with him, Dermot, and I said, is Dyer that bad? I mean, Dyer has control of his back line. Dyer can. He could tell Ben Davies where to go. He could tell Christian Romero where to go. It's just the physicality. His playing skills is not up to par. It's not where we need it. He's a good leader. He's a great voice to have, but he's not preaching. He's not practicing what he preaches, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't think it's him doing the ordering. I think it's more Romero doing that ordering than the back line. I honestly do think that he's the man that he can talk to Emerson. They talk the same language. Him and Emerson both Spanish.
That is true. Yeah.
Dyer can
Well,
speak
Dyer
Spanish.
speaks Spanish too, though.
Yeah, he
Dermot.
can.
Yeah.
God knows what Sanchez speaks. Probably nothing. He just reminds me of Bambi on ice every time he plays that man. I mean, you see him in the starting 11, and your heart sinks because you know somewhere along the line that man is going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Don't mind you. A lot of people said he had a good end to the last season. When we got the Champions League, but I think everyone upped the game by the end of last season.
A lot of people did. Olivier was fantastic. So
yeah. I mean, Holberg for me is one of my favourite players at the club. Bentancur for me is my favourite player. I love the guy. I think Bentancur for me is he's just magical. I love watching him when he plays for Uruguay. I mean, watching him play South America when he plays for his country is just, you're in awe.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Højbjerg. He's probably my least favorite player on the squad, which you guys are going to be upset about that. So is Ellie. She's going to be sad.
Yeah, I do apologise. Ellie was supposed to come on with me. I don't know where she is. So I do apologise on her behalf for not coming.
That's okay, Dermot. We understand that it's late over there with you guys.
Yeah,
we're lucky enough to have you come on when you come on, and other people to tune in. It's definitely the time difference is definitely tough.
It's not. But getting back to the football, getting back to the back line, I think if we bought one centre back, I think that would help the problem. You got Davis and Longley can play in the left. It just needs a central defender because you got Romero and then somebody in the centre and then you play Longley in the left. What a back three! I don't think you need two. I think you need one and another right wing back if you're going to get rid of Emerson or Doherty. But look, come Saturday 3:00 when them lads cross the white line, who's ever been picked, we have to give them all, as Philip Brady said earlier, give them all a clean slate, and we'll support them to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
And we have to start this season with a clean slate with everyone.
That's spot on. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're putting on the Tottenham shirt, and it's not just our duty, but it should be our pleasure to cheer on whoever it is Conte sees fit to put on that shirt.
Yeah. So my love is unconditional for Spurs.
Yeah.
Here's another shout that's kind of been talked about. Nikola Milenkovic, another center back.
Please.
What are your feelings about him?
Please, I'd love him at the club. I want him more than Skriniar, to be fair.
So that was my question there. How would you see him fitting in? Would you prefer him over Skriniar, or would you take both?
I would prefer him over Skriniar.
Yeah. He's 6'5".
Yeah.
24. He's got a lot of years left. His prime is right around the corner. And he looks like tough too. Just looking at him.
He does. And when you got Conte as manager, by Lord.
Yeah, he looks scary. Like honestly.
Yeah, he does.
He could scare the other team. So
yeah.
And you see, you can play him on the left side of the fence as well. I think that's where our weak point is, the left side of the fence.
Yeah.
But mind you, Davis played well, and he plays there. Yeah.
How much is he rated?
Yeah, Davis plays there as well for Wales, so he's used to playing that side of the defence as well. But we do need to upgrade the defence.
So the current market value right now, Parker, is about 20 million euros. Dermot, would that be maybe a good 15, 13 million pound?
No, that would be more.
A bit more.
Okay.
Let me just check for you. Hang on.
Yeah, if it's 20 million euros, then it would be more than $20 million.
No, pounds.
So same thing. I mean, well, it's not the same, but it would be the same. So if it's 20 million pounds, it would be more dollars.
So 20 million.
So it would be $24 million if he was 20 million pounds.
£2. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. Yeah.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
It's
It
so
works
cheap
out
for us.
16.8
Okay.
million pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Dermot, that's pretty cheap, right? I mean, we're talking about a beast of a center back, a Rolls Royce of a center back, if you
Mm.
would. He's a champion. He's won trophies in his native Serbia.
Hmm.
Um, he's won a Serbian. He's the Serbian champion, and then he's won a Serbian League Cup.
Yeah.
So he knows what it takes to get it across the line. You know.
Yeah, he does. I think I think also I think what gives him the edge over Skriniar that he's younger. And I
Yeah.
think with Conte, I think Conte is bringing this policy of getting players before their prime and making them 20 times better than what they were before. And I've heard it a few times. I think Conte's here for a while. I think Conte's going to stay with us hopefully for the next 3 or 4 years.
I'm reading that Chelsea is also in it for Mikulikovic or whatever you pronounce his last name.
Why would you make go
Milinkovic?
Chelsea? Seriously,
I'm
they're
just
finished
reading
as a
it.
club.
Yeah.
They're in. I'm not gonna say shambles, but we're definitely a more attractive club, and I'm not being biased. I'm just trying to be real.
To Chelsea now, for me, haven't got Abramovich's money anymore, and I don't know if they're going to still act like they were before, but for me, Chelsea are going to struggle this season. They got a manager who's an idiot. To be fair, I mean, what's he ever proven? He left Paris Saint-Germain because he had an argument with with the board. I think playing Chelsea when we are at the start of this season is the best time to play them. And we have to go in that game and boss them like they've been bossing us. And I think we will. I think we'll beat them. I really do. I think we will. And I think for Maverick as well. Sorry, go on.
I fancy us. I fancy us to go to Stamford Bridge and take 3 points. Again, all my predictions are not being biased. They're methodically thought out, and I think this is the best time to face a Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because they do have the potential to get signings after the game. Maybe even before the game, they might get a couple of signings, but definitely they'll still have time to get some after our fixture. And it might be the return fixture at White Hart Lane where they might be more powerful. It could be. So I'm really aware that this is the best time to go into Stamford Bridge and just hand it to them.
Yeah.
Do
Start
you
the right
guys
foot,
think?
yeah.
Do you guys think we'll finish above Chelsea this season?
Yes,
Yeah, easily,
I do. Yeah.
easily.
I think we're right there
Chelsea's
behind.
not who they were last year.
No.
Yeah, we're right
I
there
think we're
behind
gonna finish
Liverpool and Man City. I mean, honestly, think we could win the title. Seriously.
I think Liverpool's going to struggle this year because of the players who they've sold this summer. Man City, Man City are not great starters, and then they seem to pick up around October, November, December. Well, that stopped because of the World Cup this year. So is that going to put them out of whack? I do. I think with the World Cup being in November, I think this season I think there's going to be a surprise this season. I think a lot of teams are going to struggle that we never thought were going to struggle. A lot of teams that haven't got players going around internationals are going to come back stronger. I think it's going to suit the smaller sides. And I think if we can stay unbeaten to the World Cup, which I think we can do under Conte, and be in the best place possible, then kick on then from the 26th of December. I think we've been a great chance for to finish in the top 2 even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've in all the pods that I've been on, I've been asked to give my prediction and my top 6, and I stay the same. Man City, Tottenham, Liverpool, maybe the Scum, and then Chelsea, and then maybe United. But at the beginning of the season, we all start off in first place. We all start off equals. It's just a matter of time to see exactly who prevails. But I I would not be surprised if Tottenham win the league. Is it a big ask? Maybe. Is it impossible? No. It's definitely doable. We have a coach that is superior to most. He's up there with Jurgen Klopp. He's up there with Pep Guardiola. He's up there with the best managers in the world.
Yeah, I mean, we usually get our hopes up, but then they come crashing down. So try not to get my hopes up too high.
Things are different. Things are going to be different, Parker. Things are going to be different. There's no way Antonio Conte is going to let Spursism, still be relevant. I think he kicked that out of our club, honestly, just by being there.
Yeah. I just, like I said earlier, like we could win 5-0 and go ahead and lose the next. I know you said it's a new season, new manager, but it's like that happened last year with Conte. Still, we lost 5 games in a row almost. So,
but it was the same team. It was an inherited team. Look, she inherited that team.
We're gonna put in one new player for our starting lineup. That's it.
But it's a different mentality, Parker.
I hope so.
If you're not holding your weight, you're gonna get put on the bench because we have other players that can fill your boots.
Yeah,
we didn't have that last year.
Competitiveness. Yeah.
Let's put it this way: if Conte had been our manager last summer, we would have quite easily have qualified for the Champions League.
Yeah,
you have to look. You have to look for where we were last summer. This time last year.
Yeah,
we were a mess. We couldn't get a manager. How many days did we watch the telly or breaking news? Spurs in talks with Pochettino. He was supposed to be coming back.
Yeah,
Spurs are in talks with this manager. Spurs were in talks. I mean, it went on all summer, and then we get Nuno, which still baffles me to this day why we actually got. I mean. For me, he was a great advertising for Garden Gnomes. I mean, sales for Garden Gnomes went up 20% when he was our manager.
Worst manager ever.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand Conte's things when he said he just left Inter Milan. He was tired. He was upset. You've got to give. He wanted a break. You give him that. But if Conte was in charge at the start of last season, we would have qualified Champions League easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure.
For me, Conte has been our better manager. Has been probably it's the best manager we've had since Keith Birkinshaw, and we've had some managers along the way that have been all right.
Yeah. He was the one in the '80s that got Ozzy and Villa, right?
Yeah, he was. He won 2 FA Cups and a UEFA Cup.
Yeah. Yep.
Parker's been reading that book, baby.
Yeah.
Parker's been reading that book.
It was the manager before Terry. It was when Belnick left. An ex-Arsenal player called Terry Neal took over, and for 2 seasons we really struggled. And then Keith Birkinshaw came in.
Yeah.
Badsy took us down, and then got us back up. Then the following season. But he's turned out to be our second most successful manager in our history.
Mm-hmm.
And Conte could actually match that. Conte could be the most successful manager since Bill Nick. And I think he will be. I can see him winning 3 or 4 trophies with us.
I would love nothing more. Because my love for Spurs hasn't really been reciprocated, really, so far at least. I mean, we've been to 3 cup finals. And that kind of gets me almost there, and when we beat Arsenal, that also makes me happy, but it's like we need trophies to reciprocate like the love that I've showed Spurs too.
You two have really just known Levy, haven't you? It's just the ENIC era you two have realised.
Yeah.
There's a question that is asked out there. We have reached semi-finals, we have reached finals over the last 21 years. Of Tottenham. Do you think, I mean, for me personally, I was, as I said last season, I was a vehement Levy outer. I wanted him out. I wanted him away from my club. Gone.
Mm-hmm.
But when you sit back and you listen to all the arguments put by everyone and everyone's different opinion, you sort of sit back and you sit down and you think, right, you take all the arguments together and you compromise. And yes, we have reached finals. A kick here, we would have won. If we won the penalty shootout, we would have won the League Cup in 2009. Two FA Cup semi-finals against Chelsea, which, by fair, we should have won either of them. The Champions League final. Whoever thought we would have got to a Champions League final? I mean, that run was amazing.
Yeah.
A penalty that should never have been given. I'm not saying Levy's done everything right. He hasn't. There has been mistakes. 3 seasons without buying a player. 3 transfer windows. Didn't back Poch when Poch needed to be backed. But if you look on the other side, we've got a beautiful new stadium. We rarely are in the best financial that we've been in a long time. So you got to give credit. You can criticize, but you also got to give credit as well.
But if we're that financial secure, why haven't we spent more money?
Because I think also you got to be. It's okay going out spending 200, 300 million, but ENIC and Levy, it's not like they're like a Saudi Arabian prince, or you do have balanced the books.
Yeah, no,
I mean, we had this before in the 80s. We were spending money. We're going into different ventures. Yeah, different era, different time, different type of football back then. But we nearly lost our club. We've had a pandemic. We've had a season with no fans in the stadium. I mean, I think Sean said to me today it was sort of 19 million we lost on match revenue, I think. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong.
To be fair, too, it was a brand new stadium that was empty, too. You know, we had just barely got done building this enormous stadium that we couldn't fill to capacity off the bat. So we definitely lost some money there, right?
And, you know, it's don't get me wrong. I love White Hart Lane. I would have it back tomorrow. If you said to me you can have White Hart Lane back, I would have it back tomorrow. But I've been to the new stadium once last season, and it's something to behold. It really is. It is the most beautiful stadium in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Big up, Carl. You know, so you got to give him credit where credit's due. But also you can't forget the wrongs, but maybe he's listened. Maybe he's taken his nose out the footballing side. Business side, he's the best. He's brilliant. He does what he does best. Footballing side, he hasn't got a bloody clue. Yeah. So leave it to the Don, leave it to Conte, and let them work their magic.
Do what you're best. Do what you're good at. You know, and he's obviously good at, financial stuff. But
and you are right. We should be spending money, but also you got to be frugal in how you spend it. Yeah. And I think this transfer window for me, if I was to give it out of 10, I would give it a 7 so far. I mean, when was the last time? Can you two remember? I mean, I can go further back. I can never remember for a long while. We've got 6 players in before pre-season.
Yeah, I give it a low 7 for me.
Just the Bale 7, but it was definitely money not well spent. You know, that's the only time I can remember.
And that's still to be determined this season too.
Yeah.
I mean, you say it's not money well spent. Where do you think we haven't spent it well?
No. I mean, I just meant the transfers that we did with the Gareth Bale money. That was not well spent.
Oh, the Gareth Bale money.
That's what I said. The last time I remember something. Yeah. The last time I remember us doing such big movements in the window would be back with the Gareth Bale money, where I mean we were getting tax premiums for everybody, and the best to come out of that was Lamela and Eriksen. But still, I mean, imagine being in that position now. We would, I mean,
this season we're doing really good.
Who we get, so I'm happy with who we've gotten.
It's not just the people that we've gotten, but I think the price too. I mean, a lot of people like think Richarlison was expensive, but I mean, at these days, I mean, yeah, it is expensive, but all of our other buys were pretty good deals. Perisic was free, obviously, and
Yeah, I think you're right, Parker. I think Richarlison for me is a great deal, and I think that's spot on what you said. I think it's absolutely. I think he's a great deal. I mean, the Bell money. I mean, I highly think the only discipline come out of that was Ericsson. I never rated Lamella. He was too injury prone all the time.
Yeah.
Who? I mean, the only thing for me, this has got to be consistent now. This has got to be a transfer window, a certain amount of money for every transfer window. Every summer, a budget set. We've got to keep Conte happy.
yeah,
But I think we will. I think we're in a better place than we've been for a while. And we just got to support the team. We've got to support the club. We've got to support the team no matter what now. And I think we're in for that.
But didn't they already set us like 150 million budget? So they gave us a budget, I feel like, and we can even go over that budget probably, really. But we still have 93 million to spend just to get to that budget.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was said somewhere we can spend anything up to 400 million
Before we're in that financial fair play parameters. Yeah. It would be lovely to have about 400,000 to 400 million to just go play shopping with a bunch of players. But
I mean, if you offer Bastoni 120 mil, or not offer him, but offer Inter, I mean, right? He's got to do it. I mean, that's a lot of money, but
I don't think
it's a lot of money. But.
Yeah, we won't get Bastoni. He's too wants to stay in Italy. I think he has to stay there another year. He gets Italian citizenship.
Yeah, I know.
I know, Parker. I know you want them at the club. I know you really want them, and I can see you're sad, and you're making me feel sad for you because you're sad and you want them there. But
I'll take Milinkovic though. I mean, he looks like a beast. He does look like a beast,
and he's cheaper, bro. And he's a lot cheaper.
I mean, I would take Kermit the Frog over Sanchez any day of the week. I'd even put Kermit the Frog on the left side of the defense.
I like that. That's funny.
Okay, I don't know. I remember I don't know if Carl or anybody. I remember the banana splits as a kid, and I'll take one of them. I mean, just look. You got to look them up on YouTube. YouTube wouldn't know what the banana splits were. If you put the banana splits in YouTube, you'll come up and you get what I mean. And that any of them would be better than Sanchez.
Gotcha. Well, why do you think we haven't, sold as many players as we should? Because I feel like we're asking for too much money, to get rid of some of our players, and that's probably the reason we're just league's asking for too much. And right now, clubs just don't have the money. We just need to go lower on our prices, probably.
No. The clubs have money, bro. The clubs have money. It's just, do they really want to buy players from us, knowing how we feel about them? If we valued Harry Winks a lot more, he's got a high price tag, but we all know, everybody knows that the price tag they're setting for Harry Winks is just ridiculous. Or else we would have got rid of him a long time ago. Nobody wants to pay money for Ndombele. Why? Because we're too prideful. We don't want to just say, screw it, wash our hands of him and let him go. He's our record signing. Some people still hold out faith for him, bro, thinking that he's gonna freaking come to. I don't understand why. I don't think so. I think he's done. But still, I think some clubs see the way we value our players, and it almost like it depreciates and devalues them, if that makes any sense. Like, we hold them to such high standards, but yet we don't want them at our club. But hey, you guys pay us this high premium because he's our record signing player, or he's one of our own, Harry Winks, or Lo Celso. He's very good when he plays for Argentina, but that doesn't mean anything when another club comes in for him. No other clubs are coming in. I guess in Lo Celso's case, there are
Yeah,
some talks
like
about him going to
Villarreal.
Villarreal,
And he played there before,
and
and he did
we're
well
gonna
for
take
them. So
a big cut on him. That's okay. You have to. We have to admit that it just didn't work out. And Dombele, we have to admit it just didn't work out. We have to swallow our pride. It just didn't work out, and it's tough to do. I would think Daniel Levy. That's the last thing he wants to do is just basically give away. If you were to ask me, I'd rip his contract up. We have the money to just rip his contract up. Serge Aurier, like we did him. You know what? Cut him off. Go do whatever you want.
I tell you
know?
one thing, I
But
would never
a lot of
forgive the
times,
time.
a big ego is hard to
yeah.
do that.
I never forgive Aurier for walking out on us at halftime during the match.
wait, say that one more time.
I'll never forgive Aurier for walking out on us during halftime during the match against Liverpool last season or the season before
Yeah,
under Mourinho. He got subbed or something
Yeah.
at halftime and he just walked out the stadium.
yeah.
And
I
the
don't
same-
remember that.
That's the
Yeah.
same as Don Bellier walking up against Morecambe. For me, why we
Oh my
can't sell the
God.
players, it's very hard to get blood out of the stone because these players, everyone knows they're shite. Everyone knows they're useless.
Yeah,
So trying to get rid of them is.
Yeah.
But we
Harry Winks. He just passes sideways all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't
Useless.
pass straight yet.
and they're not stupid like other clubs. They know, like he's been in the Premier League for years. Like they know how he plays. That's why Leicester don't want him. I want to do a swap for
That's what I'm saying.
Paul Torres. Why can't we
That's
just
what I'm
give
saying, bro? We
Lo
just hold.
Celso-
Go ahead, Parker.
I was just gonna say like swap Lo Celso for Paul Torres. Just I don't know, make it a little easier. To
And
get rid
that
of him.
could very well be still on the table, bro. That could still be on the table.
Yeah. It also comes down to
Personally,
attitude.
I'm not a fan of Pau Torres.
No. It also comes down to attitude. These players, when the Celso going to Valencia,
Mhm.
did he show bad attitude?
Perhaps.
We know Don Bellier's got a very bad attitude. We know he doesn't train, he doesn't work hard.
He's unhealthy. He eats unhealthy.
Yeah. I mean, we were saying earlier on my channel, me and Philip were saying, well, he should go to places with food in the name. He's supposed we're going to Turkey. Send him to Hamburg. Send him to Greece. Cyprus.
Yeah, we don't even allow ketchup anymore in our squad, so he wouldn't.
It shows how bad Hitchin and our scouting network was that we actually bought him in the first place.
Yeah, way too expensive.
What were they beeping
Yeah.
thinking?
Paratachi or whatever his name, would never have gotten him.
No, that is why he's called Don. He's a Don for the reason because
Yes.
If you do him or Conte wrong, you'll wake up with his horse's head next to you the following morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why you have a hitman sitting on the side, the fellow with the
Yeah.
bald head.
Hey.
That's Conte's hitman.
Yeah, this year's just gonna be different, especially because we have
Yeah.
just a better, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Well,
Coaching staff.
you
Yeah.
guys.
Simple as that.
I just want to take 2 seconds to introduce our next guest, the other half of Dermot's THFC Tottenham Till I Die of THFC Till I Die. You want to give us a thumbs up, Miss Ellie, if you're ready? All right, you guys, we're gonna bring her on in. I wish I had an intro for her. Like just an intro for our guest.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
That's okay.
Ellie, what
Yes,
time do you call this?
I know. Basically, I was waiting for my phone to charge up sufficiently so that I won't cut off on your show.
Okay.
That's what I'm
You're
known
right,
for.
Yeah, you're known as the ghost. You're
Yeah.
like John White, the ghost. You're known as the ghost. Right, lads,
Yes.
while you've got the queen of our channel here, I'm going to let you have some time on your own with Ellie. I need to drop off.
Okay.
Okay.
But lads, thank you for having me on, and please everyone subscribe to this brilliant channel. They're really two good
Fantastic.
lads, and hopefully we'll do more together or between the two of us. I think we've been talking as well, Leo. I don't know if you want to announce what we've discussed backstage, or do you want to do that later?
Honestly, we're all here right now. Why don't we just go ahead and do
Yeah,
it? I
just
mean,
discuss it.
I would
Go
hate to
for
do it
it.
without you. I'd hate to do it without Parker. I'd hate to do it without Ellie. Um,
Yes.
so Parker and I are Mile High Hotspur. You two are THFC Till I Die.
Mm.
And we would be pleased to join the family and to merge with you guys and to see how that goes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
definitely would love to be your guys' counterparts over here and help out however we can. We'll be your guys' soldiers out here on the U.S.
Yep.
You guys will be our soldiers out there in the UK for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
That'd be
I'll tell you one
perfect.
thing: it's a joy for me and Ellie and Philip and Mark and Izan to have you two lads on the with us in the family. You do brilliant work with your channel. I love watching your channel. If I can't sleep at night, I'll stick on one of your shows, and it's just like relaxation. It's a chill out zone, and I
Yeah.
love the work you do. And Parker, you're a very knowledgeable young lad about Spurs, and same as you, Leo. And your story inspired me on Saturday as well. So big up, lads, and welcome to the
Nice.
family. And we're going to have a great season, the lot of us this year. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
know.
thanks for
I'll second that.
thinking of us. It's definitely going to be a partnership that's going to benefit both of us. So
Yeah,
we're going to
I
have a
mean,
blast together.
it's
Yes.
been something me and Nelly have been discussing for a little while, and yeah, so welcome
Makes
to the
sense.
family, and I will leave you to have some quality time with Ellie, and I'm now going to go off and go and find Comet the Frog and tell him he's ready for some Saturday. Tell him to get his ass to Tottenham Stadium. So, but thank
All right,
you once
thanks,
again for
Dermot.
having me
Big
on.
up. Big
Pleasure,
up.
Thank you,
man.
Dermot. Have
We'll be
a,
in contact, Dermot.
Yeah, everyone, please like, subscribe to this channel. The lads deserve it. They really, really do.
yeah.
So get them over there. And yeah, have a good show, lads. And we'll see you later.
Peace
Right
out.
on. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I can do a
Wow.
lot for you guys over here, helping you grow your channel as well, like I've done with Dermot.
Yeah.
So I'll do everything in my power to help you guys as well. No
Perfect.
problem. My pleasure.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
great
Well, we
to
look
have you
forward to
on
it.
finally. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
nice. Nice to be here too.
yeah, Leah,
So
how do you
how
want
you
to
doing
start it
today, Ellie?
off?
Well, first, just by
Hotspur.
asking here our guest, how you doing today?
Doing very well, thank you. Sorry about the delay. Obviously, I had to charge up my phone because I don't want to be on your show and then it. Because
Well, we
that's what I'm
appreciate
known
that.
for. Like I said. Yeah, they
You're
call
Ellie,
me the
what-
welcome
ghost.
anytime, Ellie.
So Ellie, what
Yeah.
center back are you most interested in signing?
I think
If we do
Milan
sign him.
Skriniar excites me a lot
Okay.
because not
Yeah.
only because he's good on the ball and he's got the very good attributes of a defensive player that I look for, strong in the tackle, hard-working, tenacious, all those qualities.
And Conte
you know-
likes those qualities as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was with Conte, so Conte knows him inside out, and he knows the character of the player. Because the characters of the players, they're not always looked at by clubs, but I think Spurs, now we've got Conte, we're looking at this type of player that gives 100%, gives his all every single match.
Yeah.
And it's not just talent football, it's about using your brain, using all the attributes that you've got to bring to the team, because he's got a lot of experience, the guy, as well. So we could go for a younger version of him, but why go? We want ready. And I was watching another very illustrious YouTuber called Iggy from Tottenham Away. I was watching his podcast about a couple of hours ago, just after I got off the screen. I always watch his if I've missed it in the morning. And he was so excited about Skriniar, and he's from Italy. He knows the Italian league very well. So I've started watching him before, but it just sort of put the cream on the cake, like I said on my screen. He endorsed what I was thinking as well. So
And I don't
I
think-
just hope we get it over the line.
And I don't think he
I
would
just
even be
want.
possible without Conte, would he? I mean, I think Conte being our manager gives us that chance. Like I think what you said earlier. It's like if it wasn't for Conte,
Yeah,
we wouldn't even be in talks with these players.
very
I
true.
just.
Because
I can't
he's
help. Oh, sorry,
fantastic,
Ellie.
Conte. No, it's okay. Go on, Leo.
When you said the cream of the cake, I just couldn't help but hear Bobsper saying, "Oh yeah."
I know. You got to say it when you hear that.
Oh
Yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah.
I don't
That's
think I've met Bob Spur yet.
Oh my God, what a
we have to check
legend!
him out, bro.
Yeah, I got to
Legend.
subscribe then to his.
He's such a nice guy off screen
Really.
as well. If you meet him,
Yeah.
maybe you'll come over for a few matches, Parker and Leo. Hopefully, if you
I'm
can.
gonna subscribe to him right now. Oh man, that's my
Yeah.
dream. My dream is to be in England to watch a Spurs game.
Yes.
So
And with Bobsper, you've got to go on In the Wall. That's his show, In the
Yeah.
Wall. It's
Okay.
amazing. He's got
Oh,
this
In the Wall,
particular
okay.
show. I don't know whether
I
I'm allowed
think
to mention
Bobby
it because it's
K. I
quite
think
early
Bobby
in the
K put in
US.
I think Bobby K put in a word for us. I'm still waiting to hear back, Bobsper, if that's something
Yes.
that you'd entertain.
Yeah,
Let us know. Apart from being nice, calm, cool, and collected here, definitely we get down with the shithousery that goes on your channel too, my man. So let us know what's up whenever it is.
have you seen it, Leo and Parker? Have you seen his show?
Yeah.
no, but I subscribe, so
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
check it out
God,
soon.
it is so funny because there's no holds barred, you know, and it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
And funny. Oh my God, you
Yeah,
will
that's
crack
we kind of
up.
want to make our show funny too. Like we want to have like Arsenal fans like on so we can talk shit and like have
Yeah.
some banter and stuff. Like we want to do
Yeah.
that. Kind of be a little fun too.
Yeah, Tottenham Away did that.
Yeah.
We had one called North London is Ours, and there was this really lovely Arsenal fans, Alex and Dino. Dino especially, I liked him a lot, you know, and he was so funny. You see, what it is football fans are football fans, yeah? So it doesn't matter what team they do. It's actually better when it's an Arsenal fan because we've got that rivalry. And
Yeah.
there's good banter
Yeah.
between us all, and it was such a good show to be on. The Tottenham Away early doors was fantastic. Yeah, it was still brilliant now, but I'm just saying, like, it was really good, those shows that we did.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Ellie, I have a question for you. Earlier in the show,
Course.
we started talking off about Christian Eriksen, how he kind of made some comments about he could have joined Man United 3 times back in the past. I don't know if you heard,
Yes.
or if you
I
read
heard
anything
him.
into that. What is your favorite Eriksen memory, if you have one?
Oh, yeah. My favourite Eriksen memory. I think when he scored that Man United goal in 11 seconds.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
That is a good
Such a
shout.
good move as well. We
Forgot about
cut them
that.
apart. They didn't know what hit them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
There's so many though. You know, the goal against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, that
That's the one I
rocket
said.
shot.
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would put that ahead because it was against Chelsea because it was so stunning. And I was at Wembley that day when he scored in 11 seconds
Nice.
with my brothers. I had 3 of my brothers with me that day. That's what made it even more special because one of my brothers was recovering from cancer. And it was special, you know.
Yeah.
It was his first game after he'd recovered. So, yeah,
Definitely
that's why it holds a
jubilation
good memory. 11 seconds. It was just under 11 seconds, I think he scored in.
Was it Alderweireld that kicked it out there all the way
Yes.
out? Yeah, he was wonderful at that, wasn't he?
Brilliant passer of the ball. I used to call him defending Hoddle. That's what I used to call him because he
Yeah.
used to pin passes just like Hoddle used to do.
I miss him, kind of, man.
Yeah, I love Toby. He was a fantastic player as well. Yeah.
Him and
It's a
Højbjerg
shame.
would go toe to toe to see who has the best haircut and the best hairdo now, right?
I know. I've got a funny story to tell you about Højbjerg because just before the Euros, I was at a restaurant called Novikov in the West End of London. We celebrated my daughter Sophia's birthday, and he was there, right? And we walked in, and my daughter said, "It's Højbjerg, your favourite player." So what you on about? She goes, he's there. Because my eyesight's not that good, right? So I said, and it was him. And he was with his
Wow.
baby Leo and his lovely wife. She wasn't his wife then, but they were going to get married. And this other guy. And I couldn't hold my excitement. So I phoned my brother, one of my youngest brother, because I've got 7 brothers, but I phoned him first. And I went behind the menu and I was going, hi, Pierre's on the table. And he must have heard. And then my daughter took a picture and the flash went on. Off.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we were trying to keep discreet, but we weren't.
Yeah.
So when he got up to leave, he came over to our table and started talking to us. And I went like all
Nice.
dumbstruck. I couldn't get my words out.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure.
eventually my daughter goes, my mum used to play for Spurs ladies. And that sort of made us all laugh. And then he said, what position did you play? And I said, midfielder. And he goes, oh, lovely, lovely. So then I said to him, because I knew the Euros was coming up, I said, when you go to the Euros, Pierre, make sure you hack down Toby and Jan. Don't let them come through. And he started to laugh. And I goes, you mustn't let them get the better of you.
Yeah.
And they got to the semi-finals, so they did very well. And that's when Ericsson had that dreadful thing happen to him as well, you know.
Yeah.
So that was, I'll tell you what though, I'm never lost for words, but I just couldn't get my words out. You know,
I can't
so
imagine.
dumb. I was starstruck. And you
Yeah.
know what? He's slimmer than you think. You know, when you see players in the flesh, you think, because when I see him on the pitch, he looks massive. He looks really built and everything. But I saw him and I thought, he looks so slim. It's just
We
something
need to
I
buff
noticed.
up our
How he played.
players then. Bayern Munich players are buff, you know.
Yeah. When you see them in their clothes, though, they look different. Even Andros
Is it
Townsend, I saw him as well. He's tiny.
is it not what's the word I'm looking for? Is it very rare that you see these players, or is it something that frequently happens? That you went into.
I see them at Le Royal Banqueting Suite and I go to lots of different talks of different players as well. So, but with Pierre, he's my favourite player. I love him. That's why I'm called Queen Ellie Højbjerg, because I love that type of player who gives 100% commitment and plays for the badge. And how, even if he doesn't even play particularly well, he's given 100%. You know, to try and play well. Because some players, they give 50% of themselves and they're much more talented than him
Dele
in
Alli.
terms of skill. Yeah. Dele Alli, Ndombele.
Yeah.
They just waste their talent in my book, you know.
Yeah.
Especially Dele Alli, because we had him for the 2 years that he was out of this world and then it just went nosedived.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah, I like Højbjerg as a player. I sometimes I just think he's a liability. Like he gives the ball up a lot. You know, I mean, he can pass the ball well sometimes. You know, like it's either a great pass or it's to the other team.
Careful, Parker. Careful.
No,
Parker.
I don't disagree with you in terms of sometimes he gives the ball away, but his passing accuracy is up there with the top of the league players.
His build-up play is very, very. He's one of the best percentage-wise in the build-up play, right?
I hope
Ellie?
he improves
He
from
is.
preseason. I don't think he did that well in preseason.
He
honestly.
didn't, but I think he's saving himself. I think he didn't want to blow himself out. That's my only defence of him, you know, because at the end of the day, it was just nothing games really. They're just there to get your fitness up and, you know, try to do your best, I suppose. But in regards to Højbjerg giving the ball away, he doesn't give the ball away that often. And when he does, he tries to win it back anyway. So
and in preseason, if you make like a risky pass, you know, it doesn't really matter. At least you got to try stuff. You know, like be creative, be inventive, stuff like that. So Yeah, he does
There's
have some good
horses for
passes.
courses, Parker. Horses for courses. You know, there's players who've got technical ability and can see a pass, and they've got really great vision. And then there's players like Højbjerg who'll give you 100%. They're not technically gifted as much as Ndombele or Dele Alli or Hoddle or Ericsson, but they'll give you something different in your team, and you need those type of players as well.
Yeah,
You see, so
to show an example to the other players as well.
yeah, and what he does off the ball, when you go to a match, what these type of players do off the ball is more important than what they do on the ball, because he's a very good communicator and he's organising, you know, and where he points all the time. Who is it? Jack Kanicki said that a famous German footballer does that all the time. I think it's Muller, I think he said, of Bayern Munich. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
Flat
that
cap
type
Euro
of player.
talk.
He's like a Højbjerg player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
I can see that.
flat cap Euro talk. Check them out too, Parker.
It's-
Flat cap
oh
Euro
my
talk.
God, that's such a good show.
What's it called now?
Yeah.
Flat Cap Euro
Flat
Talk.
Cap-
It's a spin-off from David Harris's Irish Hotspur, because Jack Kanicki's his right-hand man. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fantastic show as well. He's very good with knowledge about in-depth knowledge about players. You know, players that Spurs should. He should be working as a scout for us. That's what he should do.
Right.
But then David would not
Yeah.
let him go. He's too precious.
Yeah,
Okay,
big
yeah,
up
I
the
did
Irish
follow him.
Hotspur.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Irish Hotspur. I've heard of him. I keep hearing about
Yeah.
him.
Hopefully you feel better
Oh,
too, my man.
brilliant.
Hopefully you feeling better, brother.
Yeah. He's come down with
So
COVID,
just-
so yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, feel better, mate. Some news, lads. THFC. I believe this is Dermot saying some news, lads. Spurs close to transfer agreement for Destiny Udogie. So we talked about that
Yeah.
earlier, Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking like
One
it
for the
might be.
future.
Hey Ellie, just your thoughts, real quick. I'm of the believing that a signing of Udogie is definitely an intent to show Conte our ambition to show him that we want to have future progression with him. Jed Spence and Udogie, both young, bright talents, both play in key positions, are pivotal to his lineup. You know,
Yeah.
so maybe for the future, if we can guarantee him, you know, Spence and Udogie on the left and right, bombing up those wings, it shows some intent
Yeah.
to hopefully kind of to lure him into signing the deal. What do you think? I mean, am I wrong for thinking that, you know, maybe a Udogie and a Spence signing they're for the future? They're probably, I mean, obviously the Udogie's not going to be this season. He'll go back
Yeah.
to an AC Calcio. But
Yeah.
it shows our intent, right, to Conte. It shows our belief in him, belief in his system, the wingback system, enough for us to go and purchase these players for him for the future, to say, hey, you know, maybe right now we have Perisic, we have Doherty, but come next year you'll have Spence and you'll have Udogie, you know, so let's let them just hone their craft a little bit more before you polish them into a final product. What do you think about that, Ellie?
Yeah, because when you think about it, I mean, Perisic is 33. He's still super fit. But I heard Conte saying he's not the Perisic that I knew, which worried me a bit. But I think
Yeah.
it's because he's carrying an injury. But then
Yeah.
when you think about it, he's 33. He's not going to be around for 4 or 5 seasons, is he? And this guy is only 19 and he showed superb promise, you know, and he's an exciting talent. He's been courted by a lot of clubs, so we have to get in there early and bring him over and then possibly give him out on loan again. So yeah, I'm excited about it. But obviously I'm thinking about, because I said this on our show as well, on THSC Till I Die. I said that possibly the young lads who are in that position in our academy as well, they won't be thinking the same, because they'll be thinking, oh my God, we've been here since we were 8, 9, 10 years old. And
Good
then
point.
now the club are bringing in somebody to replace us. So it doesn't give them much incentive.
Yeah.
Or it could be on the flip side, it might make them buck up their ideas and make the club think, no, this guy is not going to get my place. I'm going to fight for it and impress in the under 23s.
Yeah, and just
and the
everyone
under,
improves.
yeah, so that
Yeah.
they work harder and
Yeah.
prove themselves. But I heard that Jermaine Defoe and what's
Yaya
his name,
Toure.
Yaya Toure, are taking over. So
Yeah.
that's very good.
That's promising.
That's a
That is
very good
actually
promise.
that's actually good. Yeah, I
I'm
like
so
that. I
excited.
like that move a lot.
Yeah,
I
About
like
what you
Yaya
said when
Toure. He's always a good player.
Yaya Toure, yeah,
he's got
fabulous
that
player.
football brain, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
and
baller.
he was a baller, tough. He reminded me of Vieira of Arsenal. Yeah, but not as pacey probably, because Vieira had a bit of pace on him. But Yaya Toure, what he lacked, because he was quite big guy. I think he's 6'4", 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so was Vieira, but he was built stocky, you know. But he had
Yeah.
a lot of skill for a big guy. Technically, really good. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that because he'll bring all the experience to our young kids
Yeah.
and how to win
We
as
just
well.
we just better remember when his birthday comes around to bring him a big party and to bring him his cake, right?
Yeah,
Don't
bring him
let
a
him feel
cake.
left
See, I
out.
don't live far from the training ground, so I'll be taking some good cake down there, but one that's not too fattening.
There you go.
He can eat it, but the young boys can't.
Yeah.
Definitely. I wanted to
Nice.
go
I
back
can't
about
wait to
what
go
you
down
said,
there.
how Conte said that it's not the Perisic that he remembers.
Yeah.
I heard that too, and that makes me think like, wow, there's more Perisic to come because like he did pretty well, I thought
Yeah.
during the game. So if there's more Perisic to come, that's good news in my mind. I'm like, wow, like
Yeah.
I'm happy with what he is doing now. But if Conte thinks that there's more out of him, then oh man, I'm excited to see that side of him too. So
Yeah,
We'll get to that
he's just got to get over the injury set him back. But once he gets over the initial part of the injury, you know, and then he's in full flow, then we're going to see the real Ivan Perisic. But it'll probably take him about 3 to 4 games before he hits the heights that he was at Milan.
yeah,
Because he's
yeah.
got to get used to the pace of the Premiership as well, because it's a lot faster, and you don't get much time to think on the ball because these high pressing teams, they're at you like terriers, so you've got to be ready for that. But he's so experienced, you know. He's played at the very top, Perisic, so I'm sure he's going to cope,
exactly.
even at 33.
I think he's gonna have like
Yeah.
probably like 5 goals this year, and
I think so.
4 assists too.
Yeah,
So,
I think he'll have. He might even get into double figures, the scoring wise, because he's got a sweet left foot, hasn't he?
mhm.
He's a
So I
fabulous
just brought
player.
up some stats. I just brought
Yeah.
up some of Ivan Perisic's stats here. He scored 8 goals last year at Serie A, 2 in the Italy Cup for 10 overall, and 9 assists. So
Yeah.
just imagine if we were to
Yeah.
add 10 goals and 9 assists. So that's 19 more goals, you know, adding up the 10 goals plus the 9 assists. That's 19 more goals to our tally from last year. Imagine where we could have been then.
Yeah,
I know.
So,
big upgrade on Sessegnon. I love Sessegnon, but it's a big upgrade. So I'm really excited to see
Yeah.
him this year. Really.
Sessegnon's one of these players who flatters to deceive. He's got all the talent, but he just doesn't have the confidence, you know, because he's good on the ball, but he just doesn't take his man on. He'll check. But what he's good at, what I like about him is what he's good at is when we're attacking, he goes because he knows he's got the pace to get there. And we had quite a few goals where he'd made the space for himself to receive the pass and then cross it for us to score. So he's just got to get his confidence up because he's quite tentative when he's trying to take on his player, you know. But defensively, he's sound. I like him defensively, you know. I would say he's probably better defensively than going forward. But if he just had that little bit extra confidence just to take on his man. When you watch the game 90 minutes, guys, not just on the TV, you see everything. you see, and you see his facial expressions, his body language. You know, you can tell a lot about a player when you're watching a live match and
Yeah.
you're doing it week in, week out. You get a feel for the player more. You know,
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he does
Do you-
hesitate a little bit. He kind of double thinks his actions, his
he
passes a little
does.
bit. So
I think
sorry, Leo.
Conte will work with the boy because Conte wouldn't keep him at the club. He would have been one of the ones who were left at home, but he took him with him. So
It
he
seems
does
like he likes
believe in
him.
him.
Yeah.
Are you a
Absolutely.
season ticket holder, Ellie?
I'm not a season ticket holder. I'm a One Hotspur membership plus
But-
member. But my
Okay.
brother who had the cancer, he's a season ticket holder. And he's renewed it for this year, and he said that I can have his ticket for every other game because he's not going to go to every game. He's not going to go to the very, very big ones. So I'm lucky in that respect. So I'm going to have his ticket. Yeah.
Cool.
And he's got a really good seat. He's in the premium
Nice.
seats, which is lovely.
Ooh, wow.
Nice.
I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
Nice.
I'm really
Yeah,
jealous.
me
I'm
too,
on
me
the
too.
season ticket list though, and they wrote to me recently saying if I want to take it up for next season, I can. So yeah, I will do next year. I'll have a season ticket.
Nice.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I plan to go out there. If not the end of this season, for sure the start of next season. I just I've just done everything for my passport now recently, and
Right.
I got it for the sole purpose of traveling over there to see you guys.
Yeah. I mean, when you go to the game, Leo and Parker, and you walk in, I took Jack and David. David had already been, but Jack hasn't. We went for the West Ham game. You should watch the stream we did for that game. It was fabulous. But Jack, he was sort of overwhelmed and he started to cry. As we
Oh
walked
yeah, of
up the
course.
stairs, he started to cry. He was overwhelmed because he's never been to the Grand, and that Grand is so superb. It's fantastic. I don't even
I'm
think
gonna
it.
do the same thing, Ellie. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cry
yeah,
on my way to the airport. I'm gonna cry on the
I
plane. I'm
know.
gonna cry landing in London. I'm gonna cry walking. Yeah, like it'll be
You
a dream
know,
come true. So
yeah. When you come over, there's a pub we all go to. We meet up. Well, there's two. There's the number 8 bar, which is right by the Grand, which I
okay.
prefer because then you don't have to walk. But the other one's quite a trek, you know. So, yeah.
What's the other
It's
one
called the
called?
I've heard
Bricklayer's Arms. It's
Bricklayer.
called.
Yeah, we've
Oh,
heard
I've
of
heard of
both of
that.
them, huh, Parker?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
we
heard
have.
of Bricklayer.
Yeah,
So here we have a bunch of friends at the pubs, and a handful of them have been over there, and they tell me the same
yeah.
thing. Leo, when you go over there, you got to go to number 8 and to the
Bricklayer's Arms.
Bricklayers.
And there's another one called the Beehive, which is very popular
I
because
never
it's
heard of
got a
that one. Yeah,
massive beer garden and they do the most
nice.
wickedest burgers. Nodden Belly would like it there.
Isn't there one called like Blue or something?
Blue, no, I haven't heard of that one.
Really?
Whoever
Okay.
goes, there's the Bill Nicholson one as well, and the Coach and Horses, which is very popular. After the game, we normally go to the Coach and Horses, which is a bit further. It's not far from the Ground though, so it's nice. It's a nice pub as well, and it's got all memorabilia on the walls.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, it's got
Nice.
old pictures. It's really
Nice.
nice. Proper Spurs
Hey
pub.
Ellie, how is it walking in North London and seeing? I hope it's still there. The mural of the Godfather,
Oh
Leslie
yeah,
King.
yeah, it's still there. Oh my God! When I first saw it, it's like it's because I love Ledley King. He was my
Yeah,
hero of the
you
modern
and I
time.
both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what a great defender. If he didn't have his knee, he would have been playing for a lot longer. But looking
Yeah.
up at the mural, it's amazing. And like you just stand there in awe, you know.
yeah.
And I don't know if you've watched Ledley King actually going up to it as well, because they actually
I
film
did.
him. Yeah,
Yeah, he actually helped paint a little bit of the mural too, didn't he?
yes, he
Yeah,
did.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
That's
such,
cool.
it's so cool. And you know
Yeah,
what?
Ledley King.
I know it's only temporary, the mural. It has to come down after a
Yeah,
certain amount of time. But then I hope they put one of Glenn Hoddle and Steve Perriman up because they were my heroes as well.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I can make it in time before they paint over it or do something. But
Yeah.
Ali, am I not wrong? They're trying to do murals throughout all of North London, right? Or they're
Yeah,
trying to do
they
at least a few different murals in different spots.
yeah yeah they've got some good plans to do quite a few murals. What would be nice because they're going to have the museum at Spurs. Because when I went to the Leeds United game, I had broken my foot. I won't tell you the story about that; it's tragic. But I went into the disabled section, and at half time, I'd lost my debit card. So I went to the steward, and he took me down to this lady who's head of commercial, and she took me to the set place where they're going to have the museum. It's like a whole massive place on the, I can't remember if it's on the first or second floor. I think it's on the second floor.
That's so cool.
And it was like empty and really dark in there, but I could see like it's a really big place. So
Yeah.
when they do the museum, I hope they do, like a whole section dedicated to the biggest people at our club, the most successful
I
people.
thought you were gonna say Hoybier.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be nice.
You wouldn't be opposed
he's only
to that,
been
right?
with us 2 years, so let him have it. Let him have another 4 or 5 seasons, and then maybe. But
Yeah.
yeah,
If we win some trophies, that's
know.
definitely doable. You know, he could definitely have a
That
spot
helps.
there too,
That helps a
especially
lot,
if he's
yeah.
going to be an anchor
Yeah.
there in the midfield.
yeah, because we've been starved of trophies. It's such a shame. Like we've done everything. We've had some fantastic players all through that time, and we just haven't got one over the line. Apart from the League Cup 15 seasons ago. Well, it's 14 seasons ago actually, but going into this season, it'll be 15 years in 2023. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a big shame that we haven't won anything. We've nearly been the nearly men, haven't we?
Yeah, 3 finals since, but
That's
yeah,
coming
we've
to
lost
an
them
end.
all.
That's coming to an
Yeah.
end this year.
Yeah.
Ali.
Yeah, because Conte knows how to win. It's a shame that he wasn't with us at the beginning of the season, because I think we would have even finished higher. Maybe not won the league, but I think we would have finished either second or third, because we were 9th when he took over, and we were nowhere near a team. We weren't playing as a team, and he structured our play. It wasn't the most exciting to watch. I must hold my hand on my heart. It's not like watching the team with Hoddle or Ginola or Van der Vaart or Modric.
Oh,
It wasn't
Van
that
der
type of
Vaart.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a very effective team, and we got the results over the line to get us that 4th place. And it wasn't just
Yeah.
Arsenal bottling it. We had to win our matches as well, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I actually fell in love with Spurs the year with Van der Vaart and Crouchy. I don't know if you got a
yeah.
chance to watch the video where I talked about how I became a Spurs fan and why, but Rafael Van der Vaart had a lot to do with that. He was one of the sexiest ballers we've ever had, honestly.
I know. My daughters, when it was my birthday, when it was my 50th birthday, we went to see Van der Vaart play. It was against Bolton, or was it against? No, it was against Aston Villa. Sorry, and we won 3-0. And Van der Vaart was on the bench, and they only took me to that match because they thought
To see
Van
him.
der Vaart was going to play, and he was on the bench, and because they fancied him.
oh,
Right,
man.
so
Yeah.
he came on though. He came on, thank God. He did. They brought him on, so my daughters were very happy after that. See, I don't go to watch the players for their looks. I go to watch the players for how they play.
Yeah.
Are you sure Hoybier? I'm just kidding.
No, but the thing is, this is the an untruth. I if I'm going to fancy anybody, it's Romero, 100%, because that boy is hot.
He is a good-looking guy.
I'm like,
He's a
I could
good-looking
be his
guy.
mother, so no, I'm not going to think of it that way. Even Højbjerg, he's only 26. So I
Really?
don't think of him
Højbjerg's
that
only
way.
26.
Yeah, he's only
Okay.
26,
Okay.
Højbjerg. And Romero, I think he's
Okay.
only 23, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got a
What
lot
a
of years
player
ahead of
he
him.
is. I love Romero.
Yeah,
Well,
everybody does. Yeah, he's fantastic.
I love,
hope we
I
don't
love
lose
chatting
him.
away. I love chatting away, you guys, but we're gonna start to wind it down. I have to go to
Yeah.
Taekwondo here in a half hour. So
Oh
Ellie,
yes.
Tottenham versus Southampton.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually too. I really like it because it's Korean. Taekwondo's Korean. I do Tang Sodo, and I have a big Korean patch on the side of my arm. So I
Wow.
always just think of Sunny when I'm
There you
kicking the
go.
bag and doing stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love the
So,
Koreans.
and I'm
The
and
Koreans
I'm
are
to the
brilliant.
point now. Yeah, I'm to the point now where I'm gonna start actually learning Korean in Taekwondo class. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked about that.
You should
Um,
tap up Will Stewart because he's married to a Korean lady, South Korean lady, and
okay.
he knows
I
Korean inside out.
Nice. Yeah,
Interesting.
I want eventually soon. Eventually soon, I want to get in touch with Will Stewart. All the guys that are on
He's a
this side
nice
doing
guy.
content. I'd love to get a big old group of big group chat and just have a nice conversation. Everybody, see how
Yeah.
everybody's doing. There's a lot of channels out here in the U.S. That we could all get together and
Yep.
have a nice
Brian
chat.
Daigle as well.
Yeah,
Tottenham on
yeah.
top.
Brian Daigle's
But he's in
a friend of our a
Canada,
friend of
but
ours.
still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and then also too, Jacob and Michael, really good friends of the
Oh,
channel.
I
Yeah,
love those
so
boys.
yeah,
I don't know if
they
you know
actually gave me my
this.
first chance.
Yeah. I saw they gave you your first chance. That's where I
Yeah.
first saw you actually. But
Yep.
with those boys, early doors, it was just because I think Michael Ramirez, I think he was doing his exams or something, and that he invited me on quite a few times, and I loved talking to Jacob. He's so chilled out, and he's got one of
Yeah.
those lovely voices. It's,
Mhm.
it's made for YouTube, really.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
It's
Big up
fantastic.
Jacob. Today's his anniversary. I
I
think 4
know.
years with his wife. So big up to you, Jacob.
And he's
I'm
married
pretty
to
sure
a
you'll
Greek
watch this
lady
back
as well.
eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So big up to you guys and your family.
Yeah,
Definitely a
big
friend of
up,
ours.
Jacob. I like
So
it,
yeah,
his stream,
just
because you can see the Greek flag there as well, flying behind him.
you, you know what else you can see behind him? A
The-
big Colorado scarf. A
Yes.
Colorado Spurs scarf. So
And a
yeah,
cello.
Oh.
Don't forget the cello.
and the cello. Yeah, Parker's favorite instrument is the cello.
That is well, yeah, it's
no.
my one of my favorites for sure.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the cello as well. Very deep, isn't it?
Yeah, you can do everything with it. Really, you can get high and deep. That's why I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's great.
I think if Hoybier was an instrument,
Oh,
it'd be the
yeah.
cello then. Oh,
Which
yeah.
one now? Say it again.
If Hoybier was an instrument, it'd be a cello.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's built for sturdiness.
That's true. So, what is your prediction? I think I don't know if you're
Prediction,
typing
yeah.
this or Dermot's typing this, but
No, I said
Yes, Dermot.
3-1.
okay.
I said
Yeah.
3-1, and I said Kulu, Kane, and Hoybier to score. I'm hoping Hoybier scores, because when he scores, it makes me feel even more happy, But even
Yeah.
if he assists one, that would be good enough for me.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to be happy watching Spurs, right? I mean, that's the
Oh
point.
yeah,
So-
I'll say 3-1 because I think they've got enough in their side to get one goal against us.
Mhm.
Especially with James Ward-Prowse. If we mustn't give any free kicks away. That's one thing for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I said 2-1. I think something like that.
Are you guys surprised that James Ward-Prowse is still at Southampton?
Yeah.
I would have thought somebody would have picked him up already.
Yeah,
I know
you'd think
he's
that.
he's got a high price tag.
Yeah,
So does every other English player that's talented as talented as him. But I would have thought he'd be picked
Yeah.
up by now, honestly.
because it's usually Liverpool they picked out so many Southampton players in the past.
Yeah.
And
That
they
is true,
normally
Ellie.
get.
That is true.
Yeah, and we've had good contact with Southampton as well. I mean, we got Bell from there. We had Wanyama.
Poach from him.
Yeah, we
Pochettino.
You got your boy Hoiberg from there.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
I just
sure.
don't think Conte likes creative midfielders.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think he likes the midfielders that he's got. Otherwise, we'd go hell bent and get a creative. He likes he likes the wing backs to create, doesn't he?
Yeah.
As long as we're creating from any part of the pitch, But it'd be nice to get somebody with a bit of flair, because our midfielders are all much of the muchness.
Yeah, we need a creative, innovative You know.
Yeah, somebody like Ericsson who
Yeah.
can put their foot on the ball and pin a pass, and they've got great vision.
Well, I
No?
really do hope
Yeah.
we put some money on the table coming up in the next 28 days or 27
Yeah.
days.
And
'cause-
watch this space, because we can't go into the season with our.
Yeah.
I give Eric Dyer a bad rap because I see him and I watch him closely, and there's a lot of his game that I don't like. Some of his game I like as well. You know, his leadership, and he talks, and and he's not that bad on the ball, but his passing can be better and his concentration can be better. But the thing is, with him, he's lucky that he's got Romero there, because Romero covers a lot of the damage the other defenders do,
Yeah.
especially Emerson and Doherty, because Doherty especially, he's not very good defensively, but he's really good going forward usually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's his position, right wing back.
I want to see
Yeah.
Perisic in his defense because I know he's what he can do offensively, but I mean, I want to see how good he
Well,
is.
he's a hard-working
defensively,
player.
too. So yeah, that's what I've
Yeah,
heard.
he's a hard-working player. So I saw him against Rangers. He was getting stuck in the defence, in the defensive mode as well. He was really helping out a lot. But I want to see Longley as well, because I saw half the game against Roma he played, so he looked very impressive.
Yeah, we
You
saw
could
that
see
chance
the
he had on
difference
that
in
left-hand
class.
side.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of these players that the fans are going to warm to.
Yeah.
And he's got a point to prove, this boy, because he got a lot of stick in Barcelona. They're very ruthless, the fans over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't
They
give
are.
no mercy. You make
They
one
are.
mistake and you're a pariah.
Exactly. Yeah, all of Spain is like that. I think
Yeah.
he's a lot better than what they portrayed him and what the chances they gave him. I know he had a decent amount of chances there, but you're right.
Yeah.
The
Well,
the
Sean
press there
Sean Butler done a whole sketch on him about a month ago, and his stats are fabulous.
It was
And
really
his
good.
running stats,
was really
his
good.
passing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you think is going to impress you the most throughout the season? Not preseason, but I mean, like,
Well, on our show, I'm very excited about Jed Spence. This boy, he's an athlete as well, and he can take on a man. He's not scared. He's got very good confidence. Yeah, I'm very excited about him, but I just hope that Conte plays him, because
Yeah.
I know one thing for sure: we're not going to compete with Doherty and Emerson.
No.
We won't, because they're not the type of player that Conte can mould. But with Jed Spence, he's got so much potential. Conte can mould him, and make him an even better player than he is now, like he did with Victor Moses. I mean, Victor Moses was an experienced player, but he moulded him into that wing-back position and
Yeah.
made it his own.
and I think Spence is even more a natural wingback than
He is.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna do perfect in that role. I think he's
Brian.
gonna do just great. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Brian?
What's up?
How you
Big
doing,
up,
man?
Brian Daigle.
Yes.
We're doing good, bro. We're doing good. He even sent you a big what's up there, Ellie.
I'm all right, Brian. Thank you very
superstar.
much. Hope you're well too. I like
Thanks
your
for tuning in, my
emoji
man.
there. It's fantastic. Isn't that a good thing? His little thing there.
Yeah, his
Oh,
photo.
my God. Yeah, his photo's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, the man looks.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, also
I like
too, I haven't really been seeing too much Dago, but I hope everything's going good with I remember the last time I seen your content, they had just offered you the job, so I hope everything's going good, bro. I hope everything
Yeah.
is going good for you and
He's
your
got
family,
a new
bro.
job. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so
big
happy
up
for
to you,
him.
man. Hopefully everything's working out in your favor, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
Do you see
yeah, I
this
mean,
hat,
it's a-
boys? You see this hat? It's signed
Oh,
by
wow.
Glenn Hoddle, Mickey Hazard, Paul Miller, and
Nice.
Graham Roberts. So now I want to get Steve
Nice.
Perriman's signature on it as well. And then
Yeah.
I want to get some of the newer players, Harry Kane and Sonny. That would
Yeah.
be perfect then. And obviously Højbjerg. But I'm saving Højbjerg for this bit here. when I see him next.
Of course. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Nice.
That's perfect because it's white, so you can see it. Like the
Yeah.
Sharpie, it's perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. Yeah, I remember I
Big
I
up.
was watching on Spurs play the '84 final, and watching Mike Hazard was in there.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's so funny as well.
Is he?
When we meet, at the Royal Banqueting Suite, they do the meet the ex-players, and there's
Okay.
been Mark Falco in there, Graham Roberts, Paul Miller, John Pratt. You probably don't even know who John Pratt is, but he was a midfielder for Spurs, defensive
Nice.
midfielder. There's loads of players that have been in there, but the ones that I like is Mickey Hazard and Paul Miller. Paul Miller, he talks the truth about the club. Even though he's an ambassador, he does open up sometimes and he tells the truth of what's happening, which is nice.
Exactly. Tells it how it is.
Tells it as it is,
For sure.
Yeah. I the thing that I was thinking of, like I've been thinking about, maybe if I ever end up running into Harry Kane at some restaurant like Ali runs into Hoiberg, I'm gonna get him to sign me somewhere, and then I'd love to go get an autograph or something like that, just because Harry Kane for me is one of my favorites as well.
And then get it tatted, right?
Get him to sign me, and then have them go tattoo the signature. Oh my god, that'd be so
that'd
dope.
be cool. Yeah.
Have you seen this tattoo that I have right here?
Yeah, I've seen it on Instagram as well.
Oh yeah.
You know, because I watch your Instagram. Your Instagram's fabulous.
Thank you.
I love when you're all in the pub and you're all cheering. It's fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah, I
can't
cannot
wait. It's a
wait.
couple
Yeah.
of days away.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
So
I
I have a
know.
Tottenham tattoo. I have Audi RS Facere on my ribs,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna show you. But
Yeah, I haven't got any tats, but if I did one, I'd do one of Højbjerg and I'd have the Spurs cockerel. Because
Nice.
when my mum was alive, she wouldn't let me have one. She would say, "No, you're not having one." But now my mum passed away. I'm sure she won't mind. She's looking down on heaven. If I have a cockerel here, so I can just about see it, that'd be good.
if we win a trophy, I'm gonna get the whatever trophy we win. I'm getting that tattooed on my calf because it's been just way too long.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and then do one of Arsenal crying on your backside. The tear emoji.
Arteta, yeah, just
That's
get a
funny.
photo of Arteta crying.
Yeah.
That meme that was going
Well,
around.
Well, shit, it's
Ali,
been a good-
Arteta's funny. Have you seen?
So,
Have you
Go
seen
ahead.
some of the? I was just going to say, have you seen some of the All or Nothing yet on Arsenal?
No.
I've seen just
won't
like the
spoil
bits
it
and
for
pieces
you.
that are
You just
online.
watch it and you will crack up. Yeah,
It's entertaining for Spurs
Yeah.
fans. Sounds great.
Of course it is, bro. Of course it is.
it is.
Yeah, of course it is.
Bunch of wankers.
Yeah. Hey, they will admit it too.
They do
That
admit
is
it.
true.
Yeah, they're self-aware now. Even my friend, I sent him that video of that actor that was saying that they're all wankers or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he replied and said that he's not lying. Like that's true, you know. And he's in
It's
Arsenal.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They're
I
all-
don't.
they're all admitting it
Oh.
finally.
Arsenal, I've always had a hatred for them because I'm a Spurs fan. I was born in Tottenham as well.
Yeah,
But one thing, when we went to the 1981 Cup final, we played Wolves at their ground, and I was with all my brothers and my dad, and they started firing pellets at us from the flats. They started shooting us.
wow, you love
that's-
Wolves fans, I bet.
You know, that's not on, is it? To do that, I hated them, but I hated them even more after that because that can't kill you, a pellet, but it can bloody cause some damage.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
was only
comfortable
young
getting
then.
hit by those things. Yeah, it's not
It
comfortable
really
at all.
hurts. There was quite a few
Yeah.
fans that were hit, and we were like running for our lives. And my dad he wasn't really old then, but he could run fast, so I was trying to keep up with my brothers,
it's unacceptable.
just running away from it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no need
Hey,
for
Ali,
that.
so you want to let everybody here know where we can find you at? What do you have coming up next?
Yeah.
Or where can we find
Yeah.
Queen Ali Højbjerg?
Right, so our channel with Dermot, Philip Brady, Mark Cousins, and Izan, the brilliant Izan from Canada, does all our player profiles. That's THFC Till I Die. And then you'll often see me on the fan show on the Irish Hotspur. I sometimes get invited as a guest as well, but mainly on THFC Till I Die. So I'm trying to help us grow our channel, which is working out really good at the moment. So we've grown over 160 since I've joined. So,
Nice.
you know, working on it. I work every day. I'm on Instagram, you know, plugging our channel and asking. What I do, I scout out fans that I feel that are going to add something to our channel if they come on as well, because they're real proper Spurs fans. And there's lots of people on Instagram, they like Spurs and they've got a few pictures here and there. But the true fans, they've got like videos and blogs and vlogs, and they've got lots of different things, you know, and they're passionate and they've been to matches as well. Even the ones that haven't been to matches, you know, because they're in other countries, you can tell how passionate they are. That's when I saw your Instagram,
awesome.
guys.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. You can tell you're proper Spurs fans.
Yeah, we're gonna make it a lot better too. Like once the season starts, so there's gonna be a lot
I'm
of
looking forward
content
to
on
that.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Yeah.
Well, we and like we talked about when Dermot was here, when you guys approached me with the opportunity to do that, I felt that was something that we would entertain, and I
Yeah.
right away got on the horn with Parker, and so we're definitely stoked about this merge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely, you guys could count on us for whatever type of content you guys want or need
Yeah.
from us over here, Ellie.
Yeah.
Definitely count on us for any type of support that we could offer you guys. And likewise, we would want to hope that, you know, we have the support and the backing from you guys over there too.
Of course we will. I will help you a lot, guys, because I've got a lot of friends who are Spurs fans as well on WhatsApp, and I'll pin your channel to them. You know, sometimes because if it's 11 o'clock over here, you know, some of them go to bed early, some of them won't, but I'll say to them, stay up because it's worth it, you know, and support these boys because they want to grow their channel. And give them a like at least, even if you don't watch the show, just give them a like and subscribe.
Yeah.
You know, if you've gone to bed.
Yeah. Once the season starts and we get more interviews going and like we're gonna be at the pub, I think a lot of people are gonna be really interested in following us and seeing what we have to say and kind of like going through the whole experience at our pub as well. And,
Yeah.
Because you know what, part of being a football fan, right, is seeing how other fans are in other countries as well, and how their interaction. We're one big family, you know. When you see your guys in the pub all celebrating the goals, you know, you get a connection.
Yeah,
you get a connection.
Like it.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. It's brilliant.
Definitely. Well, Ellie, I think we have to wrap things up. I think Leah's gotta go out and
just real quick, you guys, I just wanted to say I'm gonna be vlogging my trip to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's another state out here in the United States. They're getting together. They invited a bunch of they openly invited everybody to go to Milwaukee and enjoy a cruise out on a yacht in Lake Michigan. So I'm going to be vlogging my trip. I'm going to go over there and interview a bunch of people from over there. I'm planning on having a live stream, you know, how we have one now while I'm out there with them. And just the exposure, you know, I love
it's
being
going to
around
grow.
Spurs fans in the Spurs community. So also too, we're in the works with, have you heard of Digital Spurs?
Yeah.
I've
seen
Parker
them.
And I, without saying too much, we kind of got something going with him where he's gonna. I think Parker, if you're cool with it, I think maybe Wednesday is gonna work best. Next Wednesday.
Okay.
So we're gonna plan for a nice show on Wednesday featuring Digital Spurs.
Brilliant.
I've kind of been talking to him about it.
Yeah, he's like a digital developer, if you will. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it's
logos and
interesting
stuff
got good
person
like
to
images.
know.
yeah.
Yes. He's we're gonna have him on. We're gonna help him, hopefully give him some exposure.
Yeah,
We'll probably just highlight some of his work, uh tell people where you could see his stuff at. And then at the end of the show, he's gonna debut for Parker and I new logo for us.
brilliant.
So that's gonna So
That
hopefully
looks-
hopefully
yeah.
Danny, it's gonna be fire, my man. Hopefully
Yeah,
you
he
come with
makes
some fire.
really
So
cool stuff. You got to check him out. Digital Spurs. He makes some cool
Yeah,
yeah.
We bought
So,
some
just
content off
plug
him
him in.
already.
Yeah.
I bought a Musa Dembele shirt. So I cannot wait for
Nice.
that. A Ledley King
Yeah. So
like magnet as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
sounds brilliant.
Yeah.
There's another guy called
So-
Lazy 8. I don't know if you've heard of him. His real name's
I
Nick.
haven't.
Yeah,
I'll
Lazy
have to
8.
check
He
him
does
out.
all the he done our intro, and all we got to do now is just put the THFC till I die, because it's still showing Tottenham Gold. But he's gonna do he's just gonna change all the titles for us.
Can you say it again? What eight?
Nice.
He's Lazy 8.
Lazy eight.
Lazy.
Yeah,
Eight.
he's very
That
good.
eight- And
Is it
eight is
plural-
just the
plural
number
or
8, not
singular?
spelled out, right?
Lazy 8, all one word.
Okay.
His real name is Nick.
Have to look
He's
it
fantastic. He does a
Okay.
lot of work for Tottenham on tour. He does a lot of work for other people as well. He's very
Nice.
good
That
at
might
the
be
digital
something.
stuff.
Yeah.
That might be something we need to get in contact with him. Yeah, because we would love somebody to help us out with an intro. Park, I don't know about.
Yeah.
I can't speak for Parker.
Is he
but
from India?
myself,
He's,
I'm not
he's,
the most.
he's American.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to check him out.
Yeah,
Definitely.
check him out, guys. He's fantastic.
I don't know if you noticed, but I put right there on my little handle. I already put the THFC Leo Coys.
Yeah,
so,
I've seen that.
already repping.
1882. Brilliant.
Yeah. So, well,
Cool.
yeah. Thank you very much for joining our stream, Ellie Hoiberg. We
My
appreciate
pleasure.
you.
Yes.
Get some rest. And
Yeah.
we'll talk to you soon. Whenever you
Yeah.
want to come on, you don't need an invitation. The door is always open for you.
Okay, Leo, I will do. Thank you very much, and I've enjoyed my time with you. It's nice seeing young Spurs fans in America that have so much passion. I love it. Keep
Yeah,
up
we
the
definitely
good
have
work,
the passion there.
and our union's going to work well. I can feel it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's
For
good to have
sure.
you on, Ellie.
Okay, darlings.
For those of
good
you
night,
guys,
and
for those of guys, for
good
those
luck
of you
with the
guys that don't
taekwondo.
know, oh yeah, thank you. For those of you who don't know, Tottenham, THFC Till I Die and Mile High Hotspur will be kind of having a union together, and
Yeah.
we'll be under the THFC umbrella with them, and we just look forward to the
new
future,
beginning.
like they say.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the title of this show here was A New Beginning. So it just all kind of fell in together. So with that, I'm gonna leave off by saying the future is bright, the future is lily white. Ellie Hoiberg, we appreciate you.
Thank you,
Parker
guys.
Coys, I appreciate you. I'm Leo Coys. We'll see you guys later.
All right, guys.
Good
Thanks for
night,
watching.
guys. Bye-bye.